Well, hello there. Welcome to the On to the Next podcast. I'm your host, Alyssa, and I am so happy you are here. Hello, let's get right into it. Quick housekeeping. My mom is a little bit under the weather, so today will be another solo episode. I have so many things to discuss, so I'm low-key excited, but she is coming on. Don't you worry. Your questions you guys are submitting, I'm like, oh, that shit is fucking juicy. I am reading stuff. I'm like, this is so real. I've never even thought of asking my mom these questions. So I'm honestly so excited, and she has no idea what's coming. So, we're excited, and we'll get that in. The goal is before the new year. Aside from that, I hope you're all doing well. Let's get right into it, because I have some things to say. When don't I? Number one, we need to, I know I said this before, and I will say it again. It's also a reminder for myself. We need to stop putting these men on pedestals. I'm sorry. I will say it. I will be the one to say it. I will be the one to be that bitch. It is getting to the point where I'm like, girl, to myself, bitch, it's not that deep. I'm sorry, respectfully, Alyssa, is what I'm telling myself. He is not the one, okay? The one will not respond to you for 3 fucking days. Let's be fucking real right now. If he is leaving you undelivered for many days, for many hours, doesn't give a fuck, you are not a priority, he's not the one. So let's stop. Stop fucking thinking oh, it's so easy to romanticize these men because, oh, we vibe so well. Oh, the first date went great. Or, oh, he's giving these hints or these mixed signals where I'm thinking the vibes are going to go well. But, again, I said it the past 2 weeks. Let's see it for what it is and what's in front of you and take it as it is and be real. It's so hard. I see it. I'm talking about it with the girlies. It is a thing we all do. I think that us as women, we mature faster. It's a known thing. It's a little fact. I'm not even talking shit right now. We mature faster than boys. And at the end of the day, we have, we know what we want, and the ones who know what they want, and when they're seeking and dating these men, it's kind of if they're not giving, you kind of almost want them to, so you give them the benefit of the doubt, but it's they're not giving. So on to the next. Okay. That was a quick little moment I needed to share because, again, a reminder for not only myself, but for all of you ladies out there, let's do better in 2024. I really believe in us. I think this is only the beginning, okay? Going off of boys, I LOL'd because I had a moment where someone hit me up at 1 in the morning, and I'm like, Alyssa, there's a certain time when you can stop responding. There's a certain time in the night when you just should not open it. Don't be that bitch. Don't be that easily accessible for them. That's not the vibes. At least not for me. If you want to do that, go fucking off. Do your thing. Answer that 2 a.m. text. Go have fun. Do what you gotta do. But for those girls who do want to not mislead, or if you don't want to be just a random booty call, then let's not respond to them at 1 in the morning once they ask you. Do you know what I mean? So I think just in general, there's certain times when I'm okay, it's 10:30, I'm ready for bed, I have a busy day tomorrow. But, if someone texts me at 11 and I'm still awake, I'll respond. And then I'm up until fucking 1 in the morning talking to them. And it's I didn't need that. That affected my sleep schedule. Now it's getting fucking real. I didn't need to do that. I could have answered them in the morning. We would have still had a great talk. And I think that I definitely fell in that trap because I'm excited. Oh my God, they texted me. Oh my God, we want to talk. Oh my God, it's the only time we're both free. I get it. I give grace. But also, the ones that I'm talking about. The ones who only hit you up on a weekend after fucking 11 p.m., after midnight, when the nights are over. Let's just do better. I don't know what else to say at this point. Everyone just do fucking better, me included. So that was a quick little sidebar. Okay. I have a list of things today because I'm I need to get this shit out there so I can look back at this in 2024 and hold myself accountable. So it's getting real right now. I'm very excited. Going off of that, I saw this TikTok and I'm not going to say it word for word because it's a little aggressive and it might come off the wrong way to men, and I'm trying to be mature, I guess, and not want to yell at them all the time. So I'm trying to just be real and get to the point. So the point is, this TikTok talked about women and how women are getting married later, or how women aren't really. There are women who are 27, 28 years old, at the age where society puts that pressure how you need to be married or you need to start having kids because of their biological time clock or whatever it is. And I get it for science and stuff, but as a human, it's the TikTok kind of explained that, like, men, I can't even say it, it's so rude. The TikTok said that men, they just aren't getting better. So it's like women are not getting married or in relationships later than traditionally. And I do, like I said, I only talk to men, I only date men. I have lots of love for men in my life and for men in general. I get it. We need them for things, I guess. But like the point is like I think that women's standards are just continuing to get higher and men aren't matching that. And so now we're in this predicament of like, yeah, no shit, we're having kids in our mid-30s because these men don't grow up until they're fucking in their 30s. Like, I don't know what to tell you. The thought of that gave me grace also because I have a lot of friends who are either like getting engaged soon or are engaged or in full-blown like year-long relationships. And the other friends are like completely single, not even having a roster or a waiting list or whatever you want to call it. And that's fine. And I feel like I'm just like in a space of like, what am I doing? What do I want? What vibes do I want? What am I looking for? I'm like over the like extreme, let me expose myself. I'm over the extreme like fuck girl era. So like we're over her, we're on to the next, doing better. We're practicing health and wellness. Like we're in that space. So I am like, okay, like I don't want to just be that, just being a hot mess like I was at one point for a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We overcame her. But the point is, I am like, okay, that makes sense. Like now I don't feel bad when I'm like passing up all of these men because they just weren't the one or they weren't what I wanted or what I want. It's kind of like I'm not the problem. Duh. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I fucking know when and where I'm the problem, and I'm open to that conversation. But the point is, it just was like a nice reminder for just women in general and for my friends who are still single, who feel like they're losing hope and whatever it is. Like, I truly think that we just have higher standards now because we're finally fucking able to, and it's like, celebrated. At least I try to celebrate having higher standards. And it's unfortunate. I don't know many men who are, I mean, I know there are amazing men out there. I've met them. I've seen them. We've dilly-dallied with lots of love. However, like, I also am aware that there are just men who do not have their shit together and they don't want to bring in another piece to that, which is a woman in their life. And so no beef, like never. I don't take it personal, but I do think that it was a good little reminder for myself to know, like, it's okay to keep growing those standards because someone out there will match them eventually. However, don't put that pressure on you if you're in your late 20s or early 30s or at any point in time. Like, don't put pressure on you if you don't feel like you found the person yet and you feel like you should already. I just don't think that's a good space to live in. I think live your life, do your thing, and it will come. So I feel like at that rate, it was a nice little reminder of just like, we're going to be okay. Keep those standards up, girlies, and men fucking catch up. Okay, lots of love. Going off of that, I had a man who's in his 30s. We were talking about like this and this topic of just like dating, relationships, all that stuff. And I was telling him like, yeah, like it's so funny. Like I almost feel like my mom ruined me. Like she made my standards so fucking high. It's like I just have a lot of healthy like relationships in my immediate family, and I'm so lucky to have that. And so because of that, I have these expectations of what I want my future family to be like, what I would like my future husband's family to be, or if not to be, like how I would like us to kind of mesh in together, stuff like that, how I want to raise my kids, whatever it is. And I think that I was telling him this, and I was a joke. We would like, LOL, like my mom ruined me. Like now I'm fucking here, and I'm like, no one's making the cut. Like, am I the problem? And he was like, straight up, he's like, well, would you rather have 4 shitty divorces? Would you rather have 1 super unhappy marriage? Or would you rather be single and kind of see what happens? And when the right one's there, even if it's later down the line, later in life than what you would expect or hope, you can have a lifelong happy marriage because you didn't wait and you didn't settle. And that was just nice to hear from a man who was just a basic man. Like he's just in the game. He's also, dilly-dallying, single, whatever. And it was just nice to hear, like, it was validating that, like, I'm on to something. Like, we're going to be okay. Like, it's cool. I'd rather have the 1 happy marriage, even if it's later in life, than the 4 fucking divorces. So, no beef to divorce, no beef to any of that, no beef to the unhappy marriages. I get it. I'm sorry. I've seen them my whole life, sadly. Like, I'm here. Like, I understand why it's so hard to leave or why you stay for that long or the ebbs and flows of that. So, like, never any beef. it is just something, of course, I hope I don't have to ever experience because of the heartbreak and all that stuff that kind of comes into play with everything. So, food for thought. Let me know your thoughts on that and if you agree. I have been really appreciating all of the comments and the texts and the DMs and all the things I've been getting about the pod. It's really cool seeing and hearing that what I'm putting out there is stuff that is relatable, and it is validating to get that feedback. So I do appreciate it. A little sidebar, so thank you. Lots of love, and I hope that we can continue to kind of go through this together. So on the same vein of just, 2024, wrapping up the new year, we have a few weeks left, and then we're done with this year. Literally crazy to say out loud. I can't believe it, but we're here and we made it. And so I'm excited for everyone, excited for myself. And going off of that, I have been really, every time, I'm a quote girly. We know that. But especially like towards the end of the year when things are wrapping up, or my birthday's in March. So like in March, I'm like getting in that realm of like your new year is starting. Like, what do you want to do with it? That energy. I love reflecting on things. I love looking back, and I document a lot of my stuff. I have a digital diary, I have a journal, I have my podcast, like I have all the things, So I'm very lucky to be able to document like 99+% of my life. So I definitely take advantage of that and do like to go back when I have the time to, just to kind of reminisce and see where I've grown and what more growing I want to do. And so going off of that, I read this quote and it made me LOL. It's more of like a meme, but it was something along the lines of like, you're sad today about one boy, and just remember in a year you'll be sad about a different boy, so like it's gonna be okay. And while that was like a little funny joke, meme, whatever, I was like, wow, that's so fucking true. And that was like a little thing I wanted to mention, because like we're here today, and let's say we're sad about a boy, a girl, someone, a friend, a family member, whoever it is you're sad about or you're upset about or they disappointed you, and you're here and you're dwelling in it. And like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I like, even where I am today, December, I was sad or like disappointed by a boy who I don't even know what the fuck he's doing anymore. Like, I do not even speak to him. And like less than a year, I already got over it. And now I'm sad or disappointed about a new boy, and like lots of love. No, I mean facts, but also like, no, like it's kind of nice to know like the world keeps spinning. We keep moving, and like all jokes aside, we're on to the next, and that's it. Like, we keep going, we keep moving, life keeps going. You still have to go to work every day, you still have to go to school every day, you still have to go and grind and go to the gym or do whatever fun things you like to do for yourself on the side. Like, this all still happens. You cannot sit down and sulk in bed for fucking months, like you can. I hope you don't. I hope that you get the help you need, or you get the support you need, the love you need from other people who will give you that healthy love and support. Regardless, like, you gotta pick up your shit and you gotta keep going. Like, we don't have time. Life is precious. We don't know what we have on this earth. Like, we don't have time to waste it being sad over someone who probably doesn't even know or care that you're sad about them. Does that make sense? And it's like a harsh reality, but I think that definitely puts things in perspective, and it really makes me just want to keep going, and it makes me hopeful. And I think the most important, precious thing humans can have in this life is hope. And that is because what else do we have? Like, we know what we have in front of us. We know what our dreams are. We know what we're banking on and what we're wishing for. But, like, to have the hope and then to believe it's possible, to believe it's out there, that's what keeps us moving. And so because of that, I feel like it's really important to keep that up. Like, you got to keep that going. You got to keep going. Keep walking forward. You're not going back. Like, let's keep it going. And so I just wanted to put that out there, because I do feel like at the end of the year, it can also be a sad time for people. You're wrapping up. Chapters are closing. Things are literally ending, like the year, but also in your life or whatever it is. And it's just a reminder that you're sad about something today. Be sad about it. Let it be. Like, take it all in. Let it all out. Get over it. And just know, I mean, sadly, but also not sadly, you'll be sad about something else in the same energy in a few months from now, in a few weeks from now, in a few years from now. And you'll forget about the past sadness that you had, because you have something new to be sad about, for lack of better words. And it's like kind of a weird, morbid thought, but like, it's true. Like, I laugh at the thought of 16-year-old Alyssa was crying in bed over a boy, literally like not eating, literally sick to my stomach over my first heartbreak. And I'm like, babe, You got over that. You were 16. You didn't even know. There was no map of how to get over your first heartbreak. And you did it. And you found ways to cope. And you found your things that worked for you. And that's when I started writing. And that's when I got in that world. So if that didn't happen, I probably wouldn't be here today. I started writing at 16 when my heart got broken for the very first time. When a boy disappointed me. When I realized, like, fuck, these boys ain't shit. And I literally started being like a feminist, for the lack of better words, like when that happened, because I had to learn how to get my power back. And what I needed to do for 16-year-old Alyssa was that, and it was finding my way, keeping my friends close, getting all the love and support that I can get from family and friends. And that is what saved me. That's what helped me, is those connections with those humans in my life, and honestly reading poetry, Rupi Kaur, the poet, and just writing myself. Like, that's what saved me. And so because of that, I'm here today, and I'm doing the things, I'm writing, I'm doing a different form of journaling, which is speaking to you all, and I think that makes things really special and important. And so go through the things, go through the motions, let yourself feel, let yourself find new ways to cope, go to the gym, find new hobbies, all that stuff, and just know, like, you are going to get over this, and in a year, in a few years, in 10, 20 years, you are going to either not even remember this was a thing because you are so past it, or you will laugh with your head back, beautifully smiling, thank God I got over that. And it's gonna be okay. So, lots of love. I do want to go over some of my main few quotes that got me through this year, that not only got me through this year, but these quotes are quotes I've had on my phone since I was like 16, so it's kind of fun. I just brought that up, like with the reasoning behind it, when I got into words and what that means and the power of them. And I had come across these recently, and I just reading them again, it just hits so different. And I think that as I'm getting older and like reflecting more on things that I've been through and that I've experienced, I'm able to fully understand and appreciate what these words mean and what I was going through that makes me continue to grow. And so I do want to read some of these quotes to you, and I want to talk about them deeper because these are also themes I've continued to have in my life, especially this past year when I have been going through the stages of growing. So let's read some of them. So the first one I wanted to go over says, "It's better this way, a little bit lonelier, but better." And I feel like very early on in the podcast, I had an episode talking about how to deal with being lonely or loneliness. And the fact that I had this quote on my phone for about 7 to 8 years, haven't read it since I found it those many years ago. And I read it this past month and I was like, wow, like it is better this way. I am, for lack of bad words, I could feel like I'm lonely at times or like I'm missing something, but I'm so much happier too. So it's a weird experience that I think we as humans go through, is like we're lonely because we have people in our lives who are no longer in them, but like you're also like happy, you feel free. And I think that feeling this way and acknowledging like, yeah, I am lonely, or yeah, I am upset, or I do miss someone, but I also know I'm better this way. What more can we ask for? All we can ask for is to be better every day. And I think this quote like is so simple and so clear. I just love it, and I hope that that can mean something to you. It can make you kind of feel comforted in knowing like we're all going through loneliness together and it's going to be okay. I do believe that, and I do believe that part of the process is acknowledging these feelings and being able to overcome them. Now this one I love. It's very like dramatic, and aren't they all? But I love this one because it's just paints a perfect picture. And it says, "Well," she said, head tilted to the skies, "I might have seemed to forgotten who I was born to be." I'll pause for a second. I can't even begin to fathom so many times we as humans, as people in general, like we are living in the day-to-day grunt of life, and it's like, fuck, I have to go to work. Fuck, I have to go to this. Fuck, I have to go to this meeting. Fuck, I have to go to school. Oh, I have to do homework. Whatever it is. And we forget like who we were made to be. We were not born to sit here and work that boring 9 to 5 if that's not meant for you. We were born to do other things. And I think that especially as women, I feel this. I've been going through multiple changes and multiple things of growing. And I think that when I lose myself, the only thing that brings me back is remembering who the fuck I was made to be. My mom, my dad, they did not fucking grind their whole lives for us, meaning my siblings and I, to just be another fucking Joe Schmo. And I mean that with so much love. No offense to the Joe Schmoes. We love you. We need you out there. But like, I do believe my purpose is greater than what my generation of families have lived through. And there's a reason for that. The generational trauma hits so fucking deep because we continue to do better. We keep trying, but we still carry that shit with us. And I think that we, every year and every generation, have a better chance to do better, to be the change, to be the one who does better for their families in whatever capacity that means. It can be as little or as big, whatever it is. If you are doing better than what your parents are doing, you already fucking made it. And your parents did a good fucking job. And that's the first part of the process, I think. And just to remember yourself and to sit there and remember, like, Alyssa, you weren't made for this. This negative energy, you were not made for this. This negative vibe, this negative person, this negative situation, this was not for you. You're getting this experience so you can remember this was not for you. You were made for so much more. And I don't know what else we need to do to realize that, because when we have these things that go wrong, or when we have these things that go the ways you didn't want them to go, there's a reason for that, I really believe. And that reason is because you gotta keep going and you keep finding what works for you, and when it does, you stick with it. And you stick with it and you hope it makes you happy, and that's all we can bank on. And so I think that quote just like hits so fucking different, because it's like, don't forget who the fuck you were made to be. Like, that's it. We are here. Do your shit. Do what you gotta do. Do what you were made to do and keep it going. Keep it going. Be your biggest fan. Be your number one supporter. That's all we can do, is bank on ourselves and the support that we choose to have around us. And I hope it's all good support. If it's not, maybe that can be a start, finding some healthy relationships in your life and getting that help you need if you feel like you need it. So the last quote I want to read, I have this one memorized because it means so much to me, and this also saved me many, many times. And it was a sweet little reminder for myself to just know, like, we're going to be okay. So this quote says, "You left and my world did not crumble. I owe the universe $1." Moment of silence. Okay. Think about how many people in your life did not stay. In any capacity, whether it was a best friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a family member, any relationship you've ever had in your life, and they did not stay. You are still here, though. You may have crumbled, for the lack of better words, in the moment. You may have had the heartbreak and you've gone through it, but you are still here. You are still standing, okay? Elton John did not write the fucking song "I'm Still Standing" for no reason, okay? Like, we are all here still standing. And the way that quote said, "I owe the universe $1, my world didn't crumble," like, that just proves, I picture myself, like, crying over someone and being like, I can't live without them. And then they leave, and I have to learn how to live without them. And guess what? I didn't fucking crumble. Like, I'm still fucking here. I'm no longer like, oh, I'm not a person. They left. No, I'm even better now. I'm stronger now. It's unfortunate that those sad or those hard situations have to make you stronger, but I mean, that's what it is. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I think that if we're able to get stronger and better and grow from those sad experiences, that's what they're here for. We cannot just sit and dwell. And I said this already today. I'm not going to go back into that topic. But you just can't sit and dwell. You got to find ways to cope and get over it. And just be on to the next. Literally, I'm done. I know it's fucking cringy. I said it so many times, but it's fucking true. So that quote hit fucking different. And I'm going to end this on one last quote that someone told me recently. And ever since they told it to me, I just can't stop thinking about it. And this is a great way to kind of think about your perspective during 2023 while it's ending. And the quote is simple as this: "You add by subtracting." Okay. That's the fucking stupidest thing you ever heard. I know. What is this, 3rd grade math? I know. Think about that in life. As humans, as we are growing, you add to your life by subtracting. You subtract the negative people, the negative energies, the negative experiences, the negative setbacks, and you end up adding. I believe more than anyone in this world, I believe that when you leave space for things, when you let things go, new things come in. What is it? One door closes, another one opens. It is the most cliche thing. You hear it all the time. But think about that. Like, when you're going through something that's hard, think about that. This is ending. This is leaving to open up a space for new things. If you have all this shit, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever it is in your head, in your life, whatever it is, you're not going to leave room for other good things to come and blossom. Think of it like a plate, okay? Let's do some symbolism right now. Think about this, okay? Some visuals. I'm showing it on YouTube, but if you're listening to me, just use your imagination. You have a plate. It's filled with food, okay? You can only add so much more food on it until it starts overflowing or there's no more room for it. If you take off some of the food or eat some of that food, there's suddenly room for more food. And that can be the metaphor of you have all these things in your plate, all these things, whether it's people, whether it's bad energies, whether it's bad experiences that you're still holding on to, whether it's just a lot of things you're putting yourself into, whether it's work and then it's extracurriculars and then it's different life things that people juggle every day. And if there are things that are holding you down that you are feeling like, ugh, like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, ugh, about something, I don't want that to be in your life any longer. Like, I would want you to be able to find a way to slowly get those negative, like, ugh moments out of your life. So that way you can leave more room for the healthy, happy things to come in. And I'm going to end it there. I think that every day I'm just like, what are we going to do? We got to keep going. We got to keep doing better. And just remembering these 4 quotes, like, it makes a world of a difference, not only for like my everyday life, but my mindset. So it's so ingrained in me when bad stuff happens or when sad things happen or when I'm disappointed, I'm no longer like mad at it. I'm no longer questioning it. I'm no longer questioning my worth or who I am. I'm understanding this is part of the process and I'm going to subtract some things to be able to add some better things in. So we'll end there. I have so much love for all of you. I hope you are all taking care of yourselves, taking care of the ones who love you, and I hope that you are all here and that you are all going to keep this process of learning and growing and loving, okay? So lots of love to all of you. I hope you are enjoying the holidays. It's coming up soon. So I am sending some good energy your way. And you know the drill by now. Let's follow, subscribe, like, comment, share all the things, and send in your questions. I'm excited to hear them. They have been so fun so far. I have been just subtly kind of bringing up some of the questions and topics that you guys are asking me for. So please keep that going. I love it. And I am so excited for what's to come. Have the best week. And I will see you when we are on to the next episode next week. Bye!